Should you drink Diet Coke? Stick around this episode of Straight Talk with Shreve. What is up? It's your boy Johnny Shreve. I have BB promos to tell like it is. Welcome back to the channel. Yes, guys, I changed the name. I made it a little more interesting. So shout out to my boy Steve for giving me the name, giving me the idea of calling it Straight Talk with Shreve. It's just gonna be straight talk about nutrition, training, cardio, and mental health. And today's topic, guys, is Diet Coke. I'm gonna bust the myth here on all of the myths and scare tactics of how bad Diet Coke is. Should you even drink it? Not Diet Coke, but diet sodas, diet pops, diet anything. Should you drink it? And what's so bad about it? Anyway, guys, so let's just dive into it. Number one, obviously, the biggest issue when it comes to diet sodas, aspartame. That's it. Artificial sweeteners. They are the absolute devil. Oh, be scared. Guys, number one, here's my thing when it comes to, people say that to me. Oh, you take, I'll literally go get a coffee somewhere and I'll say, hey, can you give me some, sugar twin or sweetener or whatever? And they'll be like, sweetener, oh, it's bad. I can't believe you're doing that. Number one, here are some things that you should definitely, if you are doing these things and you're not worried about them, do not worry about aspartame. Number one, if you leave your house and don't put on sunscreen, if you sometimes don't drive with the seatbelt on, if you drink, alcohol, if you smoke anything, if you don't get your rest in your sleep and you neglect that, those are things that are worse than taking or using sweeteners, artificial sweeteners. Now, let's just chat about how that actually works. And because you got some people wondering how is it 0 calories? So artificial sweetener is basically like a sugar twin or sweet and low, whatever, right? So for every 1 gram of aspartame sweetener is 4 calories. Only thing is aspartame is 200 times sweeter than sugar. So you don't need a gram of, you guys ever seen you guys seen sugar packs like sweetener? You've seen how small it is. You know how much grams of that stuff? So give you an idea, guys, so when it comes to it, when when you're sweetening anything, when it comes to sweetening pop, you don't need that much. So when it might be a calorie, but it's not 4 calories, it's less than a calorie. So anything that's basically kind of labeled on the back of a label and you're wondering how is it 0 calories, it's because it's basically less than a calorie, the amount that they use, and then they round down or round up. So you basically can't round to anything at that point, and it's basically 0 calories, right? I'm pretty sure if you had 200 packs of sugar twins or whatever, I wouldn't advise, but yeah, for sure you would probably be adding some calories, but nobody does that, right? Hey, what's good, people? Struggling to keep up with your routine, or you feel like you're just spinning the wheels? Well, you came to the right place. Check out the link in the description below for my customized one-time training or nutrition plans. I'm also offering online coaching with weekly check-ins and unlimited contact with myself. And look, if you don't want to dive in right away and you have some questions, book yourself a video call with myself. And at the end of the consult, I deduct off any package that you pick. Anyway, guys, let's get back to the show. Now, at number 2, when it comes to the scare of it being cancerous, there are actually no studies done on humans that have proven or found that it is cancerous in both stevia and artificial sweeteners, aspartame, right? There are no studies. There is not any real study that's there that links this person had used artificial sweeteners and they got cancer, right? These are all things that people have put together, just different myths. Another big one is it's artificial sweeteners, they spike your sugar. So here's how your body, in a very basic way of why you might crave sugar after eating sugar, right? You'll crave sugar if you have low blood sugar. Your body will need it because it needs to, regulate itself, go back to, homeostasis, or, back to maintenance, if that makes any sense, right? Or let's say you eat sugar and it spikes your insulin and then it crashes, right? When it crashes, your body's like, shoot, we need some more sugar. So it makes you crave more sugar. So when you eat sugar, because sugar, sugar's gonna spike your sugar levels, whatever, and the sugar itself is high in calories, it's going to actually make you crave more sugar. Aspartame and stevia, but we'll just keep it aspartame, sweeteners, they don't do that. It doesn't do that to your body. That is a complete myth. When you eat a sweetener, it doesn't make you crave more fake sweeteners. Sugars do. because sugars they actually do manipulate your blood sugar levels in some way, shape, or form. Aspartame does. So we can just jump over that myth. And now that we kind of have a little more clarity on this, you guys can stop wondering or worrying if having a diet pop while you're dieting is good or bad. Now, I'm gonna make things very clear because I like my sweeteners. I have like, 0 calories, 0 problem. I'm all for it, right? So I can tell you some good and bad things about, drinking diet pop. Number one, when you're dieting, the more, soda you're drinking in terms of like, the carbonation, it's gonna make you feel bloated. So like, if you're dieting, you don't wanna feel bloated. And trust me, I'm a coach and I get these things all the time. I feel watery, I feel bloated. I'm like, watery and bloat is not fat. It's not. And I'm talking about like some athletes who are literally like peeled and then they feel a little bloated or gassy, or they're worried about feeling bloated, or they're worried about feeling a little more watery. It's like, those things are control. Those things aren't fat. But I'm just giving you guys an example. Those things can get to your head. If you're dieting and you feel like you're in good shape and all of a sudden you can't get a nice vacuum in or suck your stomach in like you want to because you're so bloated from drinking a bunch of pop, that's gonna have a negative effect on your mental if you're not aware, right? Or if you let it, if you let those kind of things bug you. That's one big thing when it comes to dieting that I feel, for me, from experience, being a coach and an athlete myself, that's one thing that can get to you when you're dieting, because you always want to look a certain way, right? If you're dieting or getting ready for a show, or you're just trying to lose weight, almost everybody relates how they feel physically to how they actually look, right? So if they feel bloated, they feel fat, and that's not the case. But again, that's I would say the cons of having diet pop. Now, you can have like, a 0 calorie drink, or have like, meal, or I use this Zaz stuff or whatever kind of sweetens your water. That's fine. It's not gonna make you feel bloated, but just giving you an idea that if you're drinking diet pops, diet sodas, the carbonation will make you feel bloated. But when it comes down to it, in the whole grand scheme of things, when you're dieting and you need to feel, you need a little bit of, little flavor to your diet. I don't know, maybe your diet's boring. I don't know. Regardless, it's a great diet hack. It's on the flip side of feeling bloated. It's gonna make you feel a little more full, right? Artificially full. But again, if that's your thing, good job, right? It could be a good or a bad thing. But the biggest thing is being able to have something that you can enjoy, that is sweet, that you don't have to worry about packing on calories. And it's a really good thing to use, definitely when you're dieting, especially when your calories are low. You're in a caloric deficit, 100%. When you're feeling like, oh man, I want to drink something, and you don't want to drink more water. You're like, I need to, kind of just fix this palate, or, you want to have that little craving of, the little sugar taste in your mouth. You want that. It's a great thing when you're dieting in a caloric deficit and you just want something sweet, something to enjoy. Diet pop is great. I love Coke Zeros. When I go to movies and when I'm dieting in the movies, I don't get to have popcorn anymore or the other things because they're not part of my diet. But I can definitely go and enjoy a Coke Zero. There's nothing wrong with that. I can enjoy that without worrying that, oh man, I'm gonna pack in a bunch of calories, but it's also gonna make me feel a little fuller as well too. Just give you guys a little more understanding when it comes to artificial sweeteners. Again, it's not gonna spike your sugar, so it's not gonna make you crave more sugar. 2, there are a bunch of other things in the world that will 100% have actual evidence that can cause cancer. There are none for aspartame. So you can look it up if you want. I'll leave a link right here in the description if you want to. Go ahead and look it up. But just to get rid of all the scare and the fear-mongering behind aspartame, it's completely fine. So when it comes down to it, guys, just drink your diet pops. Enjoy it. It's a great way to fix that sweet tooth. Give her something. It's okay to enjoy yourself when you're dieting. Completely fine. And using something like a diet soda is fine as well too. And if it's not a diet soda, then it can be a no calorie, some kind of sweetener for your water. That is fine as well too. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. And guys, if you want to hear more videos like this, more nutrition, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know any things that you want to hear when it comes to nutrition that you want me to bust a myth. Let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, guys, until next time, you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.